Well, clearly it was a bad day in the office for us. I think firstly, well done to India. I think a superb bowling performance there. I think we saw or came up against a very high-class bowling unit, but equally we didn't help ourselves, and obviously it's disappointing to finish the way it did. One of those things, we can't dwell on it too much because we have a big tournament coming up, obviously with the World Cup, so there are lessons to learn, questions we will have to ask in the dressing room, and we have to move forward from this. I think first of all, we played some very good cricket to get to the final. We had to fight very hard to get here. So for me, it was an achievement in itself to be in the final. Clearly, to lose in the manner that we have there is very disappointing and something that will hurt all the players, and it's certainly hurting the coaching staff as well. I think we're going to have to rebuild. We're going to have to put the confidence back into the players. Obviously, we'll give them a little bit of a break now, go home, refresh the brain, get back together and start to rebuild from where we left off, really. But you know what, sometimes a little bit of a kick up the rear end before you go into a big tournament is not the worst thing either. And maybe this is just a bit of a wake-up call, but actually for us to compete against people like India, Australia, New Zealand, those type of guys, we have to be on the top of our game and we have to make sure that we turn up consistently all the time. So, there may be something that we can use out of this to help motivate us through that World Cup as well. I don't think there's any sense of fatigue in this performance. I think the one thing we have done, and it's been widely spoken about, is obviously we've come into this tournament depleted on bowlers. We have a number of injuries from the bowling department. That's an excuse we can't use in the batting department, so I'm not even going to go there. But it's hard, the schedule is tough, but I'm sure if you speak to most coaches around the world, most players around the world, the schedule for international cricket at the moment is tough as well. So it's something that we have to learn to live with and something we have to deal with. It is. We have to find consistency within that top 7, really. We're back all the way down to 7. We have experience through there as well. So it is a concern, and it's certainly something we have to address, and it's something we will talk about. Not only the coaching staff, but the players as well. I would encourage them to face into the problem head on, and we have to do something about it. It's as simple as that. We cannot let this happen. Yeah, if we take today out of the equation, we've seen 2 youngsters really put their hands up in Walalagi and Patarana. We've seen 2 of them really emerge onto the world stage there. It shows what we can do. Sadira's played some good knocks. We've seen Mendes come back into form. So there has been some good individual performances in there, some good team performances. But clearly, the consistency is a thing that we need to bring into our game and make sure that we do that day in, day out. And then we can go toe-to-toe with teams like India. Yeah, it always excites me. When you've got people like Wanindu coming back who are match winners, we've got people with pace coming back that will complement the guys that we have here as well. So for me, it's the bowling attack, it's very exciting. And I think there is wicket-taking options all the way through it. So for me, that's a huge positive. Like I say, it's just consistency in scoring the runs now, that we have to do that. And I think once we get that consistency, we'll find that we compete more with the top teams on a more regular basis, because we do push teams close regularly. We've just got to make sure that we do it more consistently now. Yeah, clearly, Dasan, he works so hard on his game, and as we all know, he's a great man. So from my point of view, it's again trying to make sure that we put confidence into him, we blow his tyres up, and he continues to train hard and work hard, and hopefully we can turn that corner with him. But there's no other thing. We just need to keep working hard, really, and try and get that confidence into him. One score and he'll be away. We know what he's capable of. We've seen it before. He can be a very destructive batsman. And we've seen in this tournament as well, he's more than a useful bowler as well. So for me, he's 1 score away from flying again. But it's obviously, there's some hard work to do there as well. We're trying to make the best use of the wicket, to be honest. And India would have batted first as well. They've said that openly. So, it did do a little bit after that rain break. We found that it seemed and maybe swung a little bit more. But equally, we've seen once the lights come on here, if you're batting second, there's a very, very tough 15 overs there. Certainly the first power play is tough when that ball is swinging around. So we want to try and make the best use of the wicket while we could, really. Put a competitive score on the board. And then we felt we had the ball in attack that could challenge India again. Unfortunately, we didn't get to that point. I think you're absolutely right. I think, healthy competition within the group is always good. I think it helps push us to higher levels and helps, keeps the players on the toes and keeps pushing them to get better and better. From a coach's point of view, it's a great headache. Much better than the alternative where you're looking around for people. And I think, it just shows the depth that we have, especially in the spin department. obviously one is an orthodox left armour, but the other two, there's a little bit of magic about them as well. So I think, I mean, we cover all bases in that department, so that's exciting. You know, I mean, obviously there's more to being a captain than just a runsy scorer as well, and I think one thing that Dasson is very good at is he's got the respect of a dressing room. He understands the players, he shows the players a lot of love, and he gives them a lot of support as well. So for me, it's returning that love and that support as well to him. The fact that we've got to make sure that we're there for him, we help him work hard, and we try and turn the corner with him. But he's not on his own in there, he's got a lot of support in that dressing room.
For more updates, subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the bell icon. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Download TSports app to enjoy exciting games and highlights. Visit tsports.com.